Video is about Grainstorm by ijos audio. As soon as I get there. So this is Grainstorm. He just dropped a free plugin that is kind of like a tape emulation, his version of the lo-fi tape emulation. It's for free, so go grab it, donate if you can, and if you can't, or let's say if you can't, he's cool with it, but it's nice to help him out. So my way of donating was not only making these videos, but also because I wanted to try his plugin, Grainstorm. Now, I found some cool things and some things I don't like. I'm going to be honest. I did pay for it, so I feel like honesty is important when it comes to that. And I'll start with, I don't like granular plugins that don't put the grains on the actual wave moving up here. That's kind of important to me just because I like to see it. It's a visual image for me, more so than just hearing it. Although I do listen with both my eyes and ears. That's just the way I am. And I'm going to show you a plugin, what I mean when I say visual. So for instance, here's Dawson's Love, which is not a granular plugin, but it definitely does some granular stuff. So anything, if I press play, you see how it visually shows here's their chop, which is kind of granular. So now that is just a visual, and Love is designed as an effects plugin. That's basically a granulator. Granulator 3 in here, I tend to like it more, but that's just because I think it's the setting of the LFOs or even playing. Some people would just put an LFO on here and map the knobs if they wanted to turn. That works too. I'm a hands-on, want to play the instrument type person, so I'm a little different. But everybody's got their own thing. But I definitely visually like to see the grains up here. This is pretty good though. The layout and the colors are nice. They're not terrible on the eyes, that's for sure. Now this move feature, you can move bars. I just prefer it in manual and just use the playhead. The good thing is if you're in controller mode on your push 3, you actually have access to all of these knobs on here, as well as the what is it called? The magic mode selector. So you can move through those and adjust how much of the magic you want on there. I cannot remember for the life of me what this magic plugin does. So I am going to try to figure that out. I was going to try to figure that out by turning on this. There we go. And seeing if he put it in here. This knob, he did, see? So if you're ever wondering, a lot of times the developers, you click this little information button and put your mouse over here, you'll see it tells you what it is. This knob functions differently depending on which magic mode is engaged. Try sweeping the knob from left to right in each function and look for happy sweet spots. Okay, let's do that. So here's the sample. I'm just going to press play. Let's start with the first one. Didn't care for nothing really in that one. Ooh, it's a nice spot. Let's try this one. I'm telling you, man, that's some Beastie Boys Intergalactic right there. Okay, now this makes sense and it's a lot of fun with the magic knob. So, a lot of people don't like granular because it's not playing music, it's finding sweet spots where grains, these little micro grain portions of audio make noise that sounds appeasing to the ear. For me, that's fun because it's like a little scavenger hunt of trying to find bits and pieces of audio where I'm not your typical sampler that takes loops and chops up loops or anything like that. Not that that isn't fun, but that's just not my way of working. So it's kind of nice to have something like Granular that gives you a different way to work. And you can make some cool textural backgrounds for your songs, whether you're doing hip hop, ambient, cinematic, whatever. All right, let's keep going. Try this last one. Okay. So the pitch. Okay. It's kind of just like the reverb is heavy. So if you just fade the reverb down, I noticed that it will stop the track for you. So that's kind of nice. So watch his video, ijos audio devices. He can give you a better explanation than I can. I'm just kind of doing what I call an unboxing, exploring live, mistakes and all included. No extra charge for those, by the way. Um, and just wanted to see what it's like. It's a good experience. I dig it. Now, he did release today this Oxo, can't pronounce stuff, obviously. This particular plugin, which is like a tape. So what I'm going to do now, not here, I'm going to add the tape to the grain and see what we come up with. Let's do it. Put some flutter. Wow. I love that he put a dry wet on here so that if you don't want the tape to overly go nuts, full saturation, hiss, just a little bit of crackle. So the more subtle tape is up the top, then it gets increasingly noisy and more tapey. However you want to. I dig it, man. It's crazy. So check this out. So this plugin is free. So when you're grabbing this, if you can make a donation to him, that'd be wonderful. If not, he understands. But maybe you want to just buy another plugin. So buy one of his other plugins. Brainstorm is one of the cooler ones. In fact, on my album, my cinematic album, the last release was 2 albums I dropped. The first track, the introductory track, is using one of his plugins with a sample to make that track. And it sounds almost like a Batman movie, which is crazy. But yeah, so ijos audio devices, good stuff for Ableton Max for Live. You have to have Max for Live to use these plugins. But it's just an encouragement, I would say, to get Max for Live when you can. If you don't have it, you'll enjoy it. If you ever get into the push, you'll enjoy having Max for Live because it makes the push even better. But it goes beyond just a sample machine at that point, right? It becomes the full tool. So anyway, that's all I got for you. Hope all is well. See you in the next